Welcome to Proud of Israeli Civilization, where we delve into the secrets of ancient Israel and Palestine. In 1774, King Louis XV of France passed away, and his grandson, Louis XVI, ascended the throne. France was Europe's dominant power, but maintaining this stature was costly, leading to wars that eventually bankrupted the nation. The colony's independence dealt a blow to France's rival, but it was costly, plunging France into economic turmoil. Louis appointed finance ministers to reform taxes, but they failed to make the clergy or nobility pay, burdening the peasants. A harvest failure led to riots, prompting Louis to convene the Estates General, which hadn't met for 150 years. Support for the people grew as they formed the National Guard to protect the Third Estate, now the National Assembly, against violence. They stormed the Bastille for weapons, not prisoners. The National Assembly issued the Declaration of the Rights of Man, asserting people's rights over those granted by kings or divine authority. Despite this, bread shortages persisted. Revolutionaries in France were divided in vision. Some, like the Marquis de Lafayette, supported retaining the monarchy, while the Jacobins, led by Maximilien Robespierre, sought its abolition. Meanwhile, King Louis XVI attempted to escape to his brother-in-law, Holy Roman Emperor Leopold II. Caught and returned, the royal family faced hostility as ties with Austria raised fears of external threats. After a popular uprising, the Batavian Republic emerged as one of France's sister republics, essentially puppet states. A second coalition, including Russia, declared war on France, but France triumphed again. Internally, the revolution suppressed threats. The king was deposed, tried for treason, and executed, marking the start of the infamous Reign of Terror. Under Robespierre, a stable period emerged with the formation of the Directory, lasting 5 years until overthrown by Napoleon Bonaparte. Rising through military success, he became France's first consul. Despite setbacks like the failed Egyptian invasion, Napoleon enacted reforms, promoting merit over birth, and established the Legion of Honor to ensure loyalty and service. Napoleon restored some power, but retained ultimate control. His key military reforms included using conscripts and improving the army's administration, especially in communication and medical services. In 1804, he became Emperor of the French, ending the First Republic. The next year, he crowned himself King of Italy, sparking the War of the Third Coalition. To fund the war, Napoleon sold his North American territories to the United States, who borrowed money from British banks. Ironically, this meant Britain was indirectly financing its own invasion. Although the French and Spanish fleets were defeated at the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805, Napoleon triumphed on land, securing Austria's surrender and dissolving the Holy Roman Empire. Napoleon's creation of the Duchy of Warsaw from Prussian lands alarmed Prussia, sparking the War of the Fourth Coalition. Napoleon's dominance led him to impose the Continental System, a trade embargo against Britain. Portugal resisted, prompting a French-Spanish invasion. Meanwhile, Napoleon placed his brother on Spain's throne, igniting the Peninsular War with British and Spanish rebels. Frustrated by restrictions, Russia resumed trade with Britain, alarming Napoleon. His support for the Duchy of Warsaw worried Tsar Alexander, fearing a French invasion, which materialized in 1812. Napoleon's massive army invaded Russia, winning battles but facing harsh winter conditions. The disastrous retreat led to a sixth coalition forming, defeating Napoleon and occupying Paris, resulting in his exile. Napoleon escaped exile on Elba, returning to France. King Louis XVIII fled to Britain as Napoleon reclaimed his title as emperor. Unhappy with his return, the Seventh Coalition formed, defeating Napoleon at Waterloo with a joint Prussian-British force. Exiled to St. Helena, he remained there until his death in 1821.